Imagine a united land that bound a continent at its heart, a country forged in the afterglow of revolution, not one nation but five trying to walk as one. Rebels had driven out empire, hope was in the air, and the promise of unity fluttered beneath a blue and white flag. Egged on by the dreams of liberal Europe, and perhaps the quiet encouragement of great powers hoping to check Spain's return, these provinces dared to form a republic of equals. But with no capital, no army, and a fragile peace, the question wasn't just could it survive, but whether it ever truly existed. Welcome to the Library of Lost Lands, where we delve into the stories of countries that once were, but are no longer with us. Today, we explore the story of Central America as a united country. Known as the Federal Republic of Central America, this short-lived nation existed from 1823 to 1838. The country was first known as the United Provinces of Central America, or in Spanish, Provincias, Unidas del Centro de América, a short-lived dream of unity that rose from the ashes of Spanish colonial rule, aiming to forge a single republic from Guatemala to Costa Rica. Its capital shifted over time, with Guatemala City often serving as the administrative center. Its flag, two horizontal blue stripes with white in the center, a symbol of unity and independence later adopted and adapted by its successor states. At its peak, the population hovered around 2.2 million, spread across what is today Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica. In the early 1820s, the Spanish Empire crumbled across Latin America. The territories of Central America briefly flirted with union under Agustín de Iturbide's Mexican Empire, but when that project collapsed, they declared independence again, this time as a federal republic, modeled in part on the United States. They imagined a liberal, secular union, free of colonial chains and clerical dominance. Each province was meant to retain autonomy under a shared republican constitution. There was reason for hope. These lands were rich, fertile volcanic soil, strategic coasts on two oceans, and a proud indigenous and mestizo culture. There were capable leaders like Francisco Morazan, a Honduran general and idealist who saw unity not just as convenience, but destiny. The people shared language, religion, and colonial history, enough to believe in a common future. And despite its brief existence, the Republic achieved a rare dream, a peaceful transfer of power in a time when much of Latin America was ruled by caudillos and chaos. But the cracks ran deep. The provinces squabbled constantly, over trade routes, taxation, church authority, and prestige. Some saw Guatemala as a bully, others resented El Salvador's liberalism or Costa Rica's aloofness. Infrastructure was non-existent, and national identity hadn't taken root. Worst of all, the federal government had no army, no fiscal control, and no reliable capital. It ruled by consensus, in an age of ambition. Every provincial leader began to act like a president. By the 1830s, conflict erupted. Conservative and liberal factions clashed. Guatemala rebelled against the federal government, while Costa Rica effectively seceded. Morazan tried to hold the union together by force, but each battle alienated more provinces. By 1838, Honduras and Nicaragua declared independence. The federal government collapsed soon after, leaving only the memory of the dream. The dream of unity never fully died. The blue-white-blue flag was inherited by Honduras, Nicaragua, and El Salvador, each with slight modifications. The idea of Central America still exists. You'll find it in regional trade deals, passports stamped with República de Centro America, and even in schoolbooks. Culturally, the people remain tied, in food, language, and history. But the borders are real, and sometimes bloody. Today, the Isthmus remains divided, fragile, and often at the mercy of larger powers. They tried to build a republic before nationalism had even fully bloomed. 5 nations, one dream, held together by ideals, torn apart by identity. Was it doomed from the start, or could a future generation rekindle the vision of a united Central America, not under flags but through solidarity? Tell us what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Library of Lost Lands.